all started and what's being done about it now.
Well, in looking at the court documents associated with this ongoing case, it looks like the scamming may have gone back at least as far as 2010. Now, the Missouri Attorney General's office says 3 men ran a roofing company called American Shingle, spreading across half a dozen states. According to the court complaint, the men would tell homeowners their roofs needed repairs, gather insurance money, and then never show up for the job, doing all of this in a very tricky and smooth way. Now the Missouri Attorney General is filing criminal charges of theft, deceptive practices, and exploitation of the elderly. KOMU8's Shale Remien talked with officials and dug for answers on this case. She's in our newsroom now. Shale.
That's right, Jamie. The Attorney General's office says a scam like this is common, but not on such a large scale as what we're seeing here. Storm chasers are what these scammers are called, taking advantage of homeowners who have serious storm damage. The AG's office says more than 170 Missourian households were scammed in the Kansas City area alone.
It is a very impressive entrapment of consumers to lead you to believe that you were being assisted through a very complicated process that was going to help you, whereas at the end of the day, once you got to the end of the process, you handed them a check and you never saw them again.
A roofing repair entrapment. That's what Carlton Dwayne Dunko, Frank Purber, and Richard Steffi are accused of thoughtfully planning out. The trio perfecting a scam in over a half a dozen states.
North and South Carolina, Kentucky, Ohio, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, they had this down to an art, and each one of those states is taking legal action against these folks.
I talked to one man who says he was scammed by American Shingle. This is one of many pieces of paperwork they made him fill out.
He says the company seemed extremely reliable because of the paperwork and personality of the roofers.
It was within weeks after the storms went through when people started realizing, hey, wait a minute, these people are putting me off. And they're very good about putting people off. We're having a little trouble with our suppliers. The shingles are in short supply. There's always these colorable statements about why the delays were going on. But it was weeks after those storms in spring of 2010 that people started to contact our office and say, why are we not getting any roofing whatsoever?
According to the Missouri Attorney General, American Shingle did some repairs to keep government and consumers at bay. But after a few weeks,
there were no more orders being placed, there were no more roofs being done, and no one was answering the phone.
Our affiliate in Florida also found victims there.
American Shingles, you will not get away with this.
And later confronted one of the men accused of taking advantage of people down there and in Missouri.
Mr. Purber, how you doing? Anything you'd like to say to the people that you took money from for roofs?
Hey, listen, I'm his lawyer. You can talk to me. Yeah. And he doesn't have anything he'd like to say because he has a case pending.
The Missouri Attorney General's office says American Shingle targeted the elderly. So how can you avoid a storm chaser scam? Don't give 100% of a payment up front, no more than a third. Get promises in writing stating when the work will be complete. Beware of any contractor trying to rush you, and make sure there are licensing requirements. For now, the AG's office says some victims got insurance money back, while others have lost their money entirely.
We're going to seize whatever assets we can get our hands on and get that money back to the consumers to the best of our ability.
Dunko and Purber are currently facing charges in Florida and are currently being held there. As for the third gentleman, Richard Steffi, he posted a $15,000 bond in 2 counties, so $30,000 of that will be going back to consumers. Once things wrap up in Florida, their Missouri case will begin, and these men could be facing criminal charges in several different states.
Some schools in mid-Missouri are already delayed or